From the ACDP, Honorable Thring.
Thank you, Honourable House Chair. The ACDP firstly offers its condolences to the royal household on the passing of His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini. It must be noted that President Cyril Ramaphosa at his last SONA maintained that the country would not achieve higher growth rates and employment without the implementation of structural economic reforms. Structural reforms tackle obstacles to the fundamental drivers of growth, liberalizing labor, product, and service markets, and thereby encouraging job creation, investment, and improving productivity. Structural reforms boost an economy's competitiveness, growth potential, and adjustment capacity, as well as the human and institutional capabilities of a country. The ACDP acknowledges the need to address the imbalances of the past across all sectors. However, it is clear that government's attempts have failed as a result of an inability by the ruling party to implement the structural reforms needed, largely due to policies such as BBBEE and expropriation of land without compensation, and other labor legislation that work against employment creation. The proof of the pudding, they say, is in the eating. Our Gini coefficient sits at some 0.62, making us one of the most unequal nations in the world. Our unemployment rate is at 32.5% and 42.6% on the expanded definition. We have a small tax base of just 5 million individuals, already overburdened and continues to shrink. Our annualized GDP contracted by 7% despite a positive rebound in the fourth quarter of last year. Our debt to GDP in 2019-20 reached 62.2%, 81.8% in the 2020-21 year, growing to some 88% in the outer years, while our budget deficit for 2020-21 is 14% of GDP. The ACDP's solution to our economic malaise is to stick to a strict fiscal consolidation path to avoid a sovereign debt crisis, thereby restoring fiscal credibility for the rating agencies and investors, and avoid the incessant bailouts to bankrupt and corrupt SOEs. We must arrest the current debt spiral by removing obstacles to growth, drivers to growth, free up our labor, product, and service markets, thereby encouraging job creation, foreign and domestic investment, and improving productivity. We must boost our economy's competitiveness, growth potential, and adjustment capacity, and improve the efficiency of expenditures and strengthen revenue mobilization. Corruption must be dealt a death blow by capacitating all of our crime-fighting units, as corruption affects the poorest of the poor. These are the solutions and structural reforms needed to increase employment and grow our economy as presented by the ACDP. I thank you, House Chair.